Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Let's get ready to rumble! Seattle's got to make a stop. Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to throw it back to Goff! Who had that on the bingo card? Touchdown Lions!
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the main event. It's Memorial Day, when we honor those who gave their life for our freedoms, the freedoms that we enjoy. Wearing the salute to service cap today for Memorial Day. Welcome, everyone, to the program. It is the main event. It is I, Mike, your host. We are here to talk about NFL football, specifically Detroit Lions football, NFC North-related topics as well, and just ready to kind of chop it up with anybody that wants to do it. We are broadcasting live into the 360 Radio Network, 360radionetwork.com. A lot of great music, a lot of Michigan-based local bands playing. You can even hear my band on there once in a while. Also broadcasting live into our own Facebook page, which is called The Main Event. Please join our page and follow it. You can always turn off notifications if I become too annoying. That's right. And we're also broadcasting live into the Huddle Sports Network on Roku TV. A big thanks to Bill the Packer fan and Packer backer Rob over there at the network. And also broadcasting live into Biting Kneecaps, the YouTube channel and the Facebook page. Big thanks to Smoke and Jeremy B for letting us broadcast there as well. So anyway, a couple of new developments. This is a weekly show. It's a every Monday show. So anything that happens after last Monday, that's the news I've got to report. So maybe every other podcaster out there has rehashed the same things, but we try to give a different take on it here. We try to give it a little different perspective. And the way we do that is by incorporating what you've got to say in the comments. So please put your comment in. Let's hear something off the beaten path. It's Monday, and it's time for the main event. In there, we got Go Pack, Go all day, says the main event misspelled, but thank you anyway for being there. Huddle Sports Network, our good friend, says check out the merch store. Broski Bear is in the house. Shout out to main event Mike. And Donkey Kong, our good friend Brad Holmes, the best GM in the world. Amen. Thanks, everyone, for being in here. If you're watching on the rebroadcast, we appreciate you as well. So last week, as we told you the week before, the owners were going to meet. And they were going to address these issues that were tabled at the earlier owners meeting in the NFL. And a couple of issues that they tabled was the tush push, and that was defeated. The push tush will remain. It was shot down by a vote of 22-10. Also, the Lions withdrew their proposal to reseed teams in the playoffs based on their records. Also, the NFL voted to allow one player per team to participate in the 2028 Olympics for the flag football event. This is very interesting to me. One team gets one player to go play flag football in the Olympics. This will come with an injury insurance. This will also come with there was another incentive as too. Comes with insurance anyway. Braylon Edwards, former University of Michigan Cleveland Brown wide receiver, on his podcast says this is a bad idea for the Lions. The Lions should not risk sending anyone to the flag football tournament in the Olympics in 2028. Justin Jefferson already said when he heard that it would be a dream. So imagine if JJ is going to go play. The amount of support this is probably going to get, right? You could see Mahomes or Burrow, Josh Allen out there throwing flag football. You might as well just hand them the gold medal right now. I would think, right? I mean, let's just skip it all. Just give him the medal right now. But I want to know what you think, man. I mean, I think it's awesome. I think that there is an injury insurance that comes with it. And I think your risk is kind of minimal there. It's non-contact, really. So let's hear Paul Jones in the house. What's up, brother? Broski Bear says, say no to flag football. How stupid of a sport. I disagree. Dave Eastman says, good evening, One Pride. Elise Memes in the house. What's up, Elise? Yeah, what do you think about flag football? What do you think about Amon-Ra St. Brown going to play flag football for the Summer Olympics? And then he tweaks an ankle. How are you going to feel about flag football?
No.
The risk of injury just isn't worth it. Also, no push tush. That was banned. We called it. We didn't think it was going to pass. 22-10. Ironically, the score when the Eagles beat the Packers in the playoffs. This ban on the push tush, of course, initiated by the evil empire, by the Green Bay Packers, to ban this play. Dan Campbell was very frank about it. He was against banning it because he loves the fact that if you've got something no one can stop, well, we got to find a way to stop it. We saw Frankie Louvu from the Washington Commanders diving over the top, trying to stop this play. And the referees essentially told him, if you do it again, we're going to award a touchdown. What? So it is controversial, and it's not going away, folks. Brent in the house today. What's up, Brent? Almost didn't recognize me. That's right. I'm growing that good summer beard. I hate the tush push. I hate it. It's not a real football play. I hate it. You could hand the ball to a little person and throw them over the line under these rules. Also, when offensive linemen are pushing David Montgomery down the field while defenders hold him up in the air, and then our guys push him for 10 yards. I love it then. Well, then I love it. But if I think ahead and there's some scenario where I have to play Philadelphia, perhaps in week 11, and the game is on the line, and they're using a play that 20 years ago was outlawed. Anybody who's familiar with rugby, you know the scrum, right? And it's because of plays like this that they changed the rules of rugby because there were too many neck injuries. It's very similar to what happens there at the pile during the tush push. People pushing into a force that's not going to move. And that can be dangerous ground. But it's in. Going to have to live with it. That's just the way it is. Brent says, I say no to flag football. You mean you're not going to watch it? You mean we shouldn't even play it? What do you mean, Brent? You say no to it. It's not like drugs. You don't just say no to drugs. You can just say no to flag football. You mean, no, I'm not going to watch it? Or no, our guys shouldn't be over there. The NFL players shouldn't be allowed to get a medal when punks like LeBron James can have one? Come on. Let him go get a medal. Let him go show the world. You want to expand the footprint, Roger Goodell? Let some kids over there get a dream where they can win a gold medal and maybe beat the United States in this sport. Probably not in our lifetime. There's a lot of catching up to do. Broski says, my beard is the main event. It's getting there, isn't it? Donkey Kong says, I think the important thing to remember, Brad is very busy building a dynasty. So true. So true. Why risk it? But I don't think you can say no. I don't know if the owners have the right to veto this or not. That would be interesting to know. Right now, we're going to bring in a friend. He's an independent filmmaker, and he's also the host of a new show on the Huddle Sports Network called NFC North Open Mic. Please welcome to the program my friend Chad Datema. And there he is. No, where is he? There he is. Are you there, Chad?
Yes, sir. I appreciate the warm welcome.
Yes, yes. How goes it?
I'm doing my best Russell Wayne impression. I kind of
I'm
do
not
look
familiar
like
with
that.
that.
Hey, how you doing, buddy, man?
Good.
Great job on your show. Glad to be here. Glad to talk some football. So, what of all your 5 questions is the first one you want to ask me?
How do you feel about the Detroit Lions going to play flag football for the Olympics?
I don't feel anything for it, and I don't like the idea of it. You may be practice squad guys. Absolutely.
Would you watch flag football in the Olympics?
If my guy's there, I would. But
Well,
then
what if there's no Lions there? What if it's Joe Burrow throwing to Justin Jefferson?
well, yeah, I
And
would watch it. It's 3 hours of my life. Yeah, I'd watch it.
okay,
Olympic sport. Yeah,
but
I'd
you
watch
don't like the idea of the Lions players going to do it.
I don't like the idea of any like major multi-millionaire player
Well,
going.
somehow I thought this topic would be better and more intriguing, but I guess it just kind of passes pretty quick. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Move on. Like Broski Bear said, who cares about flag football?
Next question.
Flag football is for people with low testosterone. Nice.
Holy shit.
Packer fan says, I don't enjoy watching tushes being pushed. Your browser history says differently.
Well, no, Mike, did you hear this? If there's ever a play to stop the tush push, this guy, he called in Detroit sports radio on the ticket. You're familiar with it. He said you have to name the play the butt plug.
Oh, geez.
Isn't that classic though? Think about it. No. If you stop the tush push, name the
No, please don't repeat it. No reseeding. That was not even voted on because the Lions withdrew the proposal. So I wonder what propelled them,
not enough support.
They knew it, right? They didn't want to put it to a vote because they knew it wasn't going to get enough support.
They liked the idea. It was just not going to get the support.
Right. Because so many teams, their only hope of making the playoffs is to win their division. I mean, every team in the AFC South, every team in the NFC South, they're going to vote against that. Right? If your division,
we screwed them. They all voted to ban the tush push, and we said, no, let's keep it going. We screwed all them teams.
I was against the reseeding thing anyway, because I just think there's too much ebb and flow to an NFL season, and there's too much ebb and flow, the way these divisions go back and forth being good and not good too. I mean, you look at the NFC South and the AFC South, these are two of the weaker divisions. NFC North, AFC North, two of the stronger divisions. And when these divisions have to play, like last year, the Lions had to play the entire AFC South. Year before that, they had to play the entire NFC South, and they ran the table on both of those divisions. Well, those are the two weakest divisions in football. So, I mean, it stands to reason that if they had to play different divisions that were tougher, they wouldn't have won as many games.
They don't lose on the road.
My point is, it takes away from the division meaning anything. You start to cross into the territory where it's like the NBA, where you can't even name what division the teams are in, even though they are all in different divisions in one conference, just like football. But what division do the New Jersey Nets play in, or the Pelicans play in? Most people don't know, because it doesn't matter. Because when the playoffs start, the teams are seeded by their record. So I'm glad that didn't get voted on. I'm glad that didn't go through, just personally. What else you got? Paul says flag football is the WNBA of professional football.
Oh, okay. I got something.
Go ahead.
Caitlin Clark is getting murdered. That is ridiculous.
Please don't say you mean unlived.
She is. They're like.
You can't say that word.
No, I mean on the court. On the court. She is being. No, I don't mean literally. I mean on the court.
Doesn't matter if you meant it literally.
I'm sorry.
And what is it with Caitlin Clark? She's actually hurt now. She's going to miss like 2 to 3 weeks with a quad strain. They announced today. But what are you referring to?
the way she's treated on the court, the way she's treated publicly, I don't think it's fair. I mean, you know, you got Angel Reese that thinks she's the queen of it, and this isn't black and white, but she gets 15.9 rebounds a game or whatever, but
Yeah.
they're all her rebounds of her missed shots when she's under
Look,
the basket.
I realize it's the off season, but I am not going to resort to talking about the WNBA. Let's get back on track. Packer fan wants to know what team takes the top of the NFC North this season and why. I think it's the Lions because of the roster. It's because of our roster.
I think it's the Packers, and I think we take second.
You think the Packers are going to win the NFC North today?
Yes, I do. This year, yes.
I feel like
This
there's a
year-
glitch, Chad, where you get accidentally dropped off the show.
No, man.
Just kidding.
It's the schedule. It's the schedule. It's ridiculous. Ravens on the road again. When do we get the Ravens at home? Never.
Ravens on the road, and then
Yep.
you've got the Bengals and the Chiefs on the road. Then you've
Yep.
got the Commanders and the Eagles on the road. So I see what
Yep.
you're saying, okay? But I have news for you. This team was undefeated on the road last year. They're not scared of the road. They play
But they
well
didn't have this
on the
schedule,
road.
Mike. They didn't have this schedule. It's messed up. I at max 12 wins for Lions, floor 10. I
And you
do.
think that'll win the division. When
I don't.
Green Bay
I'm not
also
positive of that. I'm not positive of
Green
that.
Bay
Mike.
also has a murderer's row to play.
Yeah, they do.
We also have Baltimore, Philadelphia, Cincinnati,
They
Washington.
get them a lot of them at home.
Okay. But like I said, I think when all things are equal, the Lions have the best roster in the division right now. It's not by a mile, but it's definitely the best roster up and down. They have more Pro Bowlers.
They have
more
the best
also-
offense. They got a top 3 offense in the NFL. Hands
How
down.
big of a deal will it be not to have Ben Johnson, Chad? How big of a deal is that going to be?
I'm more worried about Aaron Glenn. Honest. Because Campbell called the plays anyways.
No, that's not true.
I think it's kind of true.
Ben Johnson called the plays. He just had to keep. I mean, Dan Campbell was very open about it. He had veto power on everything, of course. But Ben Johnson was the primary play caller for the last 2 years, and the Lions have the #1 ranked offense in the league. They scored more points than any team last year. Sam Laporta was asked this week, how come his production went down after his incredible rookie season where he set the records for tight ends? And then, of course,
Good
it was
question.
broken next year by Brock Bowers. But he was asked, why did his production drop? And he said, there's a lot of dudes on this team. We're the highest scoring offense in the league. Everybody needs the ball. Everybody wants the ball. Everyone
Guy
just
goes
needs
from
the ball.
1,000-yard receiver to what, a 500-yard receiver in one rookie season, 1,000, then to 500. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wasn't that about it?
Well, I don't know. Brent says Lions, Cheeseheads 11-6. Lions winning the North, Vikings 9-8. So with that tie record, yeah, I think that we're going to continue to win in Lambeau. I think that Dan Campbell has this Green Bay's number right now. And I just feel like just the way Green Bay has owned Chicago the last couple of years, these things are cyclical. I think the Lions are in an ownership period over the Green Bay Packers. What do you think of that statement, Chad?
I'll be happy to go 1-1, but 2-0 would be beautiful.
John in the house says, Lions got the best injury-prone roster I can agree with. The Bears, who gives a shizer?
They might be better than the Vikings. I question the
what's the
quarterback of
quarterback?
the Vikings.
Yeah, I think the Vikings are still going to be very good, but they're going to struggle. They're going to lose close games because no matter how good McCarthy is, unless he has a Jaden Daniels type of season, he's going to go through the
Stroud.
same growing pains as great quarterbacks that came before him. Peyton Manning won 6 games. So,
And is he even going to finish the season?
Well, yeah, well, right. Well, they did a lot of
Look at
upgrades to
his
the offensive
injury
line.
history.
They did a lot of upgrades to the offensive line. They have a really good
Mike, you're a
offensive line.
Michigan fan, and you know his history.
They brought in a really good center. They beefed it up. Christian Darrisaw is healed from his injury. They are going to be tough everywhere but the quarterback position, it looks like. Broski says Laporta went from 86 receptions, 10 TDs to 60 and 7. You know, when you look at it that way, that doesn't look so bad. He still had 7 TDs.
Especially when Jameis went for over 1,000.
Or two, by the way, in the playoff game.
Mike, when your number 3 goes for over 1,000, that does make it look better, doesn't it?
You're talking about J-Mo?
Yeah.
I just have a problem with you calling him the number 3. He's for
not,
sure the
but he
2.
kind of was.
He's for sure the number 2, right?
He is now.
It comes down to a debate, too. Is Amon-Ra St. Brown a wide receiver 1? He's 6 foot tall, plays a lot. 64% of his catches come from the slot. So how can you be considered a WR1 if you're playing mostly from the slot? It comes down to how you define it.
You're a possession receiver, okay? You're not the cheetah. You're just a possession receiver. You catch the cheetah's a game breaker.
Doesn't it sound like an insult, though? Doesn't it sound like an insult?
No. And Amon loves it. Dude, his brother is so much bigger than him and not even as good. It's like, come on.
Detroit Fan Man joined the party. It just got real now.
Oh.
There were a lot of major injuries with the Packers, Vikings, and Lions last season, says Go Pack Go. That's true. And the Bears still couldn't capitalize on it.
I don't know.
Yankee.
Mike, let's be honest.
I don't cash. Yes. You're the number receiver. You're the WR1, but you just play in the slot. Right. He's a wide receiver 1, bro. He might not be that X body type down the sideline, DeAndre Hopkins going up for it, 50-50 balls, but he is the engine that makes it go. And the way he blocks on the perimeter, the way he leads by example, he's the WR1 and he's the first option in the passing game. That is what defines you as a wide receiver 1. You are the first option. And I don't think there's any doubt that number 14 is the number 1 option for the Detroit Lions. Now, who's going to be the number 1 option for the Green Bay Packers? Jaden Reed is probably the wide receiver 1. Wouldn't you think?
It's got to be Linda Lovelace.
What?
Linda Lovelace.
He doesn't play for the Packers.
No.
Who's going to be the wide receiver, the wide receiver 1 for the Green Bay Packers? Matthew Golden, the new rookie, Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks. It certainly isn't going to be Christian Watson.
Golden. The guy's faster than Calvin. Okay. It's going to be Golden. They're going to utilize him to like separate the defense. The guy is going to command a corner and a safety on him at all times because the guy can run he can really run a 4.340. Okay, like literally
5'11". He's 5'11 though.
Yeah, but he can.
By drafting him, the Packers are admitting. By drafting him, the Packers are admitting that Christian Watson was a miss.
No, not necessarily.
In my opinion, because they drafted.
They might give him a different one. Well, I don't know. I think Watson's a big body enough. He can be a possession receiver.
Jaden Reed and Romeo Doubs. are above average 2 and 3s. Jaden Reed might be the best slot receiver in the NFL. Okay, he's that dynamic. That's 2 really solid guys. Then you got Bo Melton and Dontavian Wicks for depth. They're all set. All they need is that wide receiver 1, that big body that we talked about, that X-type receiver that can stretch the field and win 50-50 balls. That's what Christian Watson was supposed to be coming out of college. And now they draft Matthew Golden when they take a receiver for the first time in 20 years.
We drafted Tesla. This guy is like 6'4", 6'5", something like that. 220 plus pounds. Runs a 4.46 40. That's fast for a big-bodied receiver that can just knock you on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's another. I mean, why didn't they draft him? We traded up 32 spots to get him.
I love Detroit fan man right here. Matt LaFleur was looking at his wide receivers and he was heard saying, "Wow, I haven't seen this many threes since the Miss Wisconsin pageant." Oh, ooh, I love it.
Well, he'd never been to the Miss Kentucky pageant, or he would have.
I like this call, though, from the Packer fan here. The Bears will be a different team. They have made some great upgrades. All right. We know they have, but not necessarily a team that makes it to the playoffs yet. Their second half schedule knocks them out of playoff contention. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's take a look.
I don't believe that.
Let's see what old Pat Go is talking about here. Their second half.
I don't believe that. I got them at least 10 wins.
So let's take a look here. Second half. That'll be this column here. Start with the Giants. That's at home. They'll probably win that game. Go on the road, the Vikings. Lose that game. Back home to the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers will be playing quarterback, so they will lose that game. Then they go on the road to Philly, which is a loss, into Lambeau, which is a loss. Home against Cleveland, they win that game. Home against the Packers, my goodness, that's going to be a huge game for Bear fans. On the road to San Fran, they might win that game. And then home against the Lions, they finish the season in Soldier parking lot against the Lions. And that time for that game is to be determined. So I see them splitting down the middle here. Go Pack. I don't see it that dire for them here. They could pull out a few of those games as well, and they could end up 6-3, 5-4 in that stretch.
So let's talk about the full 17 games. I got us at 10-6 going into the game against Chicago. It's not going to matter, and we're going to go 10-7, and we're going to go make the playoffs as a wild card. We're going to make the NFC Championship, and either we can beat Green Bay or we can't. We're about to find that out.
Mm-hmm. John says that Christian Watson has better stats than JMO, and so does Dobbs. And I think that those are really solid guys. But John, even that's not the game changer. That's not the Justin Jefferson. That's not Jamar Chase that you need, that we're talking about. We know Dobbs isn't that.
They're using career stats. They're not using 1 year. Throw the 1 year. Throw JMO's 1 year in there. Don't throw his career. And JMO blows them all away.
Well, maybe JMO blows them all away in upside, but John's point is correct. JMO didn't turn it on until last year and barely made it over 1,000 yards. So Christian Watson.
Yeah, with Amon Ross, Sam Laporta. The point is duo with Jesus, he got 1,000 yards and he's got Gibbs and Montgomery as his running backs. Come on, dude. These guys did we damn near ran for 2,000 some odd yards. What do we run for? So it's not fair. JMO got over 1,000 yards last year.
Right, but what John is saying is that Christian Watson and Romeo Dobbs' career have put up more numbers than JMO. And all we can do to that is say, yeah, that's accurate. Would I trade JMO for either one of those players? Hell no.
No, they were desperation throws. Come on.
So we're definitely going to give him that point. He made that point. Have the Lions gotten better this season? If so, why? I think they definitely got better this season.
Mike, they got healthy this season. That's how they got better, and that's basically it. We didn't really draft anybody that's going to start other than probably 28, and one other person's going to make the starting lineup.
I think we did get better. Where we had losses was losing Ife Melifonwu to the Dolphins. We couldn't match the money that they gave him. That was a third-round pick for Brad Holmes. He's not only in the league, he got a good contract. So we lost him. Other than that, we added to the team by the draft. We got some good players, Ratledge, Tyleek Williams, bolstering both sides of the line, giving depth. Absolutely, we got better. We lost Carlton Davis out on the corner, but we replaced him with DJ Reed. And as Chad said, we're going to get healthier. We're going to get people that we didn't have last year are going to be available to us.
And they're not going to come in right away. They're not going to come in right in the first few weeks. They're going to trickle in like mid-season a lot. Like, we know McNeil's not back right away.
No, but the point is we signed McNeil. We signed these guys, right?
We got him.
We're going to sign Aiden Hutchinson. So, yes, the Lions have gotten better by plugging the holes where they had losses and then bringing in a group of new talent. And don't forget about undrafted free agents as well. There might be a gem in there for us. And it's not over with yet. Zadarius Smith is still not signed. He could still come back. I firmly believe Zadarius Smith is going to come back.
And Mike,
I think when Brad Holmes gave Zadarius Smith's nephew the only $200,000 guarantee of all the undrafted free agents, I think that sealed the deal. Z is going to be coming back. Go ahead, Chad.
And if Davenport can stay healthy all season, we'd be just fine.
True. Very true.
We would.
Very true.
If he could play a full season, we are fine.
And it's well documented that when Marcus Davenport is on the field, he's very productive. So if this is the year he can stay healthy, then you're absolutely right. That could be a pleasant surprise. And I really have high hopes for Ahmed Hassanin, the 6th-round draft pick from Boise State, defensive end. I'll tell you what, if players were drafted by their enthusiasm, this kid would have been the first overall pick. He is pumped up, man, ready to play. He said a couple weeks ago that he would die on the field for Dan Campbell. He is pumped up. He's a super high motor, high energy guy. And I have high hopes for him that if they can teach him to go the technique to go along with all the things you can't coach, the want to that he's got, maybe we got a gem there as well.
Yeah, well,
Mitch, go ahead.
Let's look at the success of Detroit Lions number 6 round draft picks. It's freaking huge. Really look at it. I mean, yeah, we had poop his pants, but he was good for the year we got him in a 6th round. I mean, look at it. How many are still on the team in the Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell era?
So I'm so glad you asked. I actually have that right here in front of me in my notes. Brad Holmes has drafted 29 players prior to this year's draft. He's drafted 29 players. 28 of them are currently on an NFL roster. That is not only better than the odds, that is unheard of. 28 out of 29 players in his first 4 drafts are still on NFL rosters. The only one being Antoine Green, who was waived with an injury designation. But to your point, Chad, 6th-round draft picks. Malcolm Rodriguez. Is he a Pro Bowl linebacker? No, but he is a top-notch backup linebacker and a special teams ace. And now with the special rules on the kickoff, he's the perfect body type for a special teams ace. So good pick there in the 6th round. Did you need to say something?
2. Who's number 2?
Also, Derek Barnes, 5th-round draft pick. Jamar Jefferson, 7th-round draft pick, still on the team. In 2023, we had Colby Sorsdahl in the 5th or 6th round, and Antoine Green was a 7th-rounder. So Colby Sorsdahl still on the team, a rotational backup offensive tackle, offensive guard.
Keep going.
Now, last year, Giovanni Manu, Dion Vati, Makai Wingo, Christian Mahogany, 6th-round draft pick.
All still on the team.
All still on the team. It's unheard of, my friend. You're absolutely right. You are a homer like me, H-O-L-M.
Okay, now go this year. Go this year. Come on.
Well, this year is irrelevant because nobody's even made a team yet.
We got the Egyptian beast. We got the Sphinx from Egypt coming in as a lion 6th-round pick.
Motown Mitch is in the house. What's up, Mitch? Says better on both sides. Better in the secondary, better in the wide receiver core. Yes. Lions got better. I think all the teams in the North got better. Even the Vikings. They're going to have some struggles at quarterback, but they have top-notch coach on both sides of the ball. Brian Flores and Kevin O'Connell, two of the best. I think they're going to be fine. They know exactly what they're doing. They could have had Aaron Rodgers.
They still might.
We know Aaron Rodgers is going to play for the Steelers this year. Everyone knows it.
We don't know that.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
We don't.
Yes, he wants you. You're playing the game he wants you to play. If you don't think so, Chad.
What if JJ looks like shit in spring ball in preseason?
Justin Jefferson? That who you talking about?
JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, oh, my bad. The other JJ on their team.
Yeah. Jefferson's the best receiver in the NFL.
John with one of the worst takes ever. Holmes' fetish with injured-prone players and fetish of giving away future picks is hurting the team. I'm not sure if fetish is the right word there, John.
Don't even read that shit.
Disposition, predilection, maybe. Fetish? I don't know about that. Giving away future picks is hurting the team. Come on. He gave away a couple of third rounders to the wide receiver that he didn't want Matthew Golden.
Hey, listen, we don't have Trey Hendrickson. Why? Because we're not gonna sell out the farm. We're not gonna sell out our players. We're gonna stick with what we got. We would love. You don't think the Lions haven't talked to Cincinnati about Trey Hendrickson? Cincinnati wants a haul. We're not gonna give it to him. We're not going to give them.
That's not going to happen. We're not going to discuss Trey Hendrickson coming to the Lions. It's not going to happen.
No. Where do you think he'll go? The Bears?
He's going to play for the Bengals because they have him under contract, or he's going to get fined every single day. Those are his only choices. He has two choices: go play or sit out. That's it. And if he sits out, he's going to get fined every single day that he's not there.
So you think he's
and on his rookie deal, he's going to end up getting fined almost as much as he's made in his entire career. So yeah, he's going to play. It's all just smoke. It's all just media smoke. He's not going anywhere. Bengals are going to lose him next year. They've already paid Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Joe Burrow. You can't have 4 mega contracts on your team. When they signed T. Higgins and Jamar Chase this offseason together, they signed them together. They knew they weren't going to be able to pay Trey Hendrickson. GoPack says, will the Lions continue to inflate their numbers by keeping starters in during blowout games or sit them, keep them healthy? That's something I will be looking out for.
I don't know. Most of our starters weren't healthy all season. So
it's a good take, though. It's a good take. But none of the injuries that when we lost our key players was during some blowout where they were out there running up the score. That's how you framed that to make it sound that way. But I do agree that there were times last year that the Lions could have rested some people, let their foot. But then again, you're talking about a team, GoPack. You're talking about a team that lost the NFC title game when they were up 17-0 at halftime. And they let their foot off the throat. And they probably vowed they're never going to do that again. So I'm going to go ahead and disagree with this take. Go ahead, Chad.
When we're blowing people out and we bring the backups up and they blow them out, it's not our fault. Got to play somebody. Right?
Mitch says Lions starters sat out 4 games last year in the 4th. So there you go. Dan Campbell knows when to hold them and when to fold them.
Can I tell you what I know?
He's not taking any chances. He's erring on the side of caution, and I agree with that. Do you think the Cowgirls make it to the playoffs, or will the entire NFC North knock them out of playoff contention? It's a good call. The East has to play the North this year. The Eagles, the Commanders, they got to play us too. So I think the Cowgirls have just as good a chance as the other teams in their division. I think that Javonte Williams is better than people give him credit for. Miles Sanders is a bum. They brought both of them in. They also drafted a running back named Jaden Blue. So they're going to have some more running prowess than people think. And where did they draft? The offensive line. It was a smart move. It was a good draft for them. Then in the second round, they got Donovan Ezeraku from Boston College, who led the nation in sacks last year. You're going to put him on the other side of Micah Parsons. You already have one of the best secondaries in the league with Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland. Yeah, the Cowgirls have a chance. Brian Schottenheimer, the new coach, he's just a bridge. Everyone knows it. But he's a Schottenheimer. He's been in it his whole life. Eric is in the house. What's up, Eric? Go Lions. Zadarius Smith and Chiefs rumors are heating up. It was put out on a site that I personally know to be fake. It is Chiefs Fans Kingdom, and that is a fake site. So that was the only place that I saw it. And that has .biz in their URL. Folks, if it has .us, .biz, .ng in their URL, it is a scam. Unequivocally. Just don't even bother. When you scroll and you see something, ooh, wow, all of the Detroit Lions were killed in a plane crash. Look at the URL. You know it's a bunch of bunk. If it's NG, US, or biz at the end. And that was where that comment came from. I don't know if there's any truth to it at all.
There's no truth.
I'm also looking forward to the Lions blowing out opponents. Just saying, Detroit fan, man, I agree with you. This high-powered offense, losing Ben Johnson could be huge. There might be some stumbling blocks at the beginning. Out of the gate, it might be a little rough, but these are good players. What three teams will be the Lions' toughest regular season opponents?
Ravens. Yep.
Eagles.
Green Bay won, and Eagles. Yep. That's
Green.
Really.
Not
No,
Green.
yeah, it is. It's always tough, dude. It's always
It'll
tough.
be tough. But you've got
Okay, we'll take Green Bay out, and then we'll say the
Philly
Chiefs.
will open the Super Bowl.
We'll
It would be an insult to leave either of them out.
Right.
And then you've got the Ravens, the Bungles.
North
Hey,
side.
I honestly, I'm going to tell you one thing. I predict that the Lions will lose to the Rams. This is a game I think they're going to lose.
No way.
I think they're going to go out to L.A. and they're going to lose to the Rams. McVay is hopping mad over the last two times.
Way. I heard we got ripped off on that trade. They're mad at the Rams, so
They got a Super Bowl out of it. How ridiculous.
no, not the Rams. The Lions got ripped off.
What up, Smoking Jeremy B?
What's up, Jeremy?
Broski says, good chance the Lions start 0-3. Green Bay, Chicago, and Baltimore. I think that's right. I mean, that's legit, dude. We could look at any of these schedules.
Yeah.
Bengals, Falcons, Bears for the Vikings. I could easily see, it's the NFL, man. It's tough.
Mike, do you see my prediction of 11 wins
Jets,
or not?
Colts, Seahawks. You know what? I'm sick of, that's preseason. They got the Lions, the Commanders, and the Browns. I mean, this NFL's tough, dude.
Mike, can you see where I come up with 11 wins? Can you really look at our schedule and see?
100%. We did that last week, and I 11. I had to sweat 14, so I'm a homie.
Yeah.
Jeremy says,
well, you never know.
Green Bay, he agrees with you that at Lambeau will be one of the toughest games. That's week 1, folks.
Dude, maybe we get the Viking luck and we win 15.
Devontae Adams is on the Rams now. Puka Nacua, we saw what Cooper Kupp did to the Lions secondary last year in the first game of the year. Went off on us.
Is Nacua top 5? Or is he top 10?
Not in my opinion. He's right on the fringe of 5, though. He's a 6 or 7 in there in my book.
I got him around 9 or 10.
He's definitely top 10.
Good. He's good.
He's top 10. And he's young. He's a lot younger than a lot of the guys on the list that are above him. So by this time next year, he could be ahead of all of them.
He's a possession receiver. That's what he is, man. Throw the ball his way, he catches it.
And here's the question of the day. What position is the Lions' biggest weakness? I'll let you answer first because it's obvious.
The end.
Pass rush, correct. Not able to.
Middle. We're good in the middle, Mike.
Stout in the middle.
We're stout in the middle.
a lot of Lions fans are down on the linebacking core. They don't think we have good linebackers. I am not of that same opinion.
Great.
I think we have great
We got
linebackers.
Rodrigo. We got Campbell. Come on, those are
Campbell, Anzalone, and Barnes are
and
your top
Anzalone and
linebackers.
yeah, exactly. We're not weak. No.
No,
That's
I disagree with it too. But there are a lot of Lions fans that are of that ilk.
dumb.
But I think it's defensive end. Jeremy says he sees at worst the Lions 10-7, at best 13-4. Of course, that always comes with an asterisk that says barring an injury, barring any injury to the quarterback. Of course, if Jared Goff goes down, I think that would be
That's the end.
more
Well-
damaging to the Lions than most teams starting quarterback going down because
Mike,
the whole
can I take-
offense is built around him.
Can I take a couple minutes? That's something I want to talk about earlier, but we got into something else. What I'm seeing and hearing, from my inside, media sources, like Jeremy's friends. No, I'm kidding, Jeremy. The Hall of Fame game is Hooker. Hooker is going to be playing all. This is what I'm hearing. This is their plan. They don't plan on putting Goff out there, but a couple little warm-up passes. Hooker is playing the majority of 4 games, not 3 games, because we got the Hall of Fame. And I heard Hooker is starting and playing that game, and which is a good thing. So we get to see what we haven't seen yet, and we get to maybe watch them. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it's the Hall of Fame game. It's the first preseason game of the year, so it doesn't excite me a whole lot because of what he's going to be playing against. But yes, absolutely, want to see Hendon Hooker as many preseason reps as possible. I don't want to trade him like a lot of Lions fans do. I want to keep him right where he's at, behind Goff, learning, getting better. His age concerns me, except that he doesn't have a lot of NFL miles on him. And he could be fresh, even at 27, 28 years old, coming in if he gets a chance to start.
What's he got, a year and a half of injury recovery in his whole college to NFL career?
I did see that somewhere. Torn ACL, of course, at Tennessee.
Yeah, he's got 2 injuries. One took a half a year, one took a year. We'll see. I look forward to it. I want to see who our backup is because we really don't have a backup.
Right. Fan Man says he'd be offended if Goff or any starter takes the field in the Hall of Fame game, and I don't think they will. I don't think there'll be a single starter playing in that game.
No.
That would be fun to go down there, though. Go down to Canton.
You want to do it?
That would be fun.
Let's do it. You want to do it?
Start GoFundMe and have John from the Packers.
I can come up. I'll have to bring my wife, but I can come up with some money. Let's do it.
Did you pay attention last
down there to Canton, Ohio? It's not even that far.
Right. That would be fun. It's a really neat complex down there. I've seen it a few times. Never been to the Hall of Fame though. Drove past it a couple times. Never actually went in. We'd go down. We'd have to do the whole tour in the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's definitely on a bucket list for me, going to the Hall of Fame. If you've been to the Hall of Fame, put it in the comments because I want to hear it. Also, give us a follow. We got more people watching than we've got emojis clicked here. So give us a like. Give us a heart. Give us a puke face. I don't care. Just give us something.
Like a bad word to him.
If you are watching this on the rebroadcast, we appreciate you. All the people that are commenting, we appreciate you as well. I sent you the link, Jeremy, if you wanted to jump in. We do got a few minutes left.
Yeah, 11.
Jeremy thinks the undrafted free agent from Eastern Michigan, Kyle Allen, will be our third QB. I just don't know why we let Jake Fromm go. Jake Fromm, State Farm. He had a much funner name.
Because he was an undrafted free agent, and we drafted Hendon Hooker in the 3rd round.
Right.
And that's what I see. That's what I think. And didn't we just pick up some, NFL guy that, I don't know, some dude I don't remember. I can't even remember his name. We picked up some
Be
Who
sure
is
to
it?
follow us on the page. It's called The Main Event on Facebook.
Mike, help me. Who is it? Who is that quarterback we just got?
Kyle Allen, that's what we're talking about from
Oh, yeah.
Eastern Michigan. That's what we're talking about.
Okay. Well, Charlie Batch all over again.
Do I think Ben Johnson can transform the Bears this season? Yes, I do. I think that hiring Ben Johnson could be a franchise-changing move for the Bears. But that's
Can I have
predicated on Caleb Williams. All of it rests on Caleb Williams. If he's
Can
the
I-
real deal. Go ahead.
I believe that we've learned as a Lion fans long suffering that we know it all hinges on ownership and nothing has changed with the Bears. It doesn't matter that they signed the hot new name. The Bears are going to bear. And I truly believe that, Mike.
Well, actually, their owner died a few months ago. So that actually is quite a change at the ownership level. So maybe there will be a change. But the real change is Ryan Poles. This is his fourth year, and he's got to be, it's playoffs or bust, right, for them this year. If he doesn't make the playoffs this year, I can see Ryan Poles being on the hot seat, but he has done a lot. He's really come a long way, but it's all going to rest on Caleb. To answer the question, yes, I think Ben Johnson's going to make a huge difference. But yet we are, to Chad's point, we're still in that Bears cycle. Quarterback, everything fails, fire the coach. They bring in a new coach. They fail.
Thanksgiving, fire your coach. That was it's not even been a year.
But it's the same
Ben Johnson.
It's the same cycle with the Bears. That they never have enough continuity between the coach and the quarterback to get anything rolling.
And the GM always thinks he's smarter than everybody else.
Ben Johnson can't help a bust like Caleb Williams, John says. And like I said, that's what it comes down to. Do you think that Caleb Williams is the real deal? Clearly, John does not think Caleb Williams is the real deal. I do. I think he's got the skill set. Whether he's got it between the ears or not remains to be seen.
Dude,
But
I think Fields had it. He
is going
just
to
got
go a long way to helping him do that. Go ahead, Chad.
If Fields had the right environment around him, he would have been elite. I really believe that. But he just got, I don't know, gun shy. He got destroyed. He would, and nobody will give him a chance. I think Fields, with his athleticism, and he really does have a strong arm, nobody ever really worked with him well enough. I mean, he was with the Bears almost his whole career. Then he went to Pittsburgh, and he was treated like the redheaded stepchild.
And now he's going to be the starter for the Jets. And he's going to go back and he's going to play the Steelers. And he's going to go back and he's going to play the Bears.
Oh, he might be okay.
Justin Fields on the revenge tour this year. And he's bringing Aaron Glenn with him. Okay?
Oh, shit.
Aaron Glenn, who had to scheme against this guy year over year. And now when it comes time and they say, Aaron Glenn, should we get Justin Fields? He goes, hell yeah, we should get Justin Fields. It was a nightmare stopping that guy. Please welcome to the program, Smoking Jeremy B. What's up, Jeremy?
Not much. Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Happy Memorial.
Somebody told me you're not supposed to say Happy Memorial Day, but
Merry Memorial Day.
Will Justin Fields transform the Jets? No. Aaron Glenn will transform the Jets.
But not this
Justin
year.
Fields is a bridge. He's a bridge.
I don't know what the Vikings are going to do, but I can see Aaron Rodgers still in the play. I don't think, but it's still possible.
John says Ryan Poles had the most money. That's true. He had like $100 million and draft capital. Again, very true. And 15 wins in 3 years. Lions at least turned their franchise around. Right.
Is that John Dorn being nice to us?
This is the conversation we're having, though, John. Ryan Poles now has his coach. Eberflus was not his coach. This is his coach now. So
I'm still amazed John Dorn is being nice to us.
9 wins for the Bears, and that's considered a turnaround. Would you agree with that, Jeremy?
Anything more than 7 is a turnaround.
Chad, anything more than 7 is a turnaround in your opinion?
I'm saying I got him at 9, so I'll go with that.
Yeah. I think they could make the playoffs again, all predicated on whether Caleb Williams can get it together.
I got the Vikings at 7,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm being nice. That's really fact. I mean, I don't see how they can do it. I don't trust JJ McCarthy. We got CJ Stroud coming in. We know JJ and CJ. I mean, he's not going to come in his first ever year after being injured last year. Like, he's going to come in and just, like, take over the North. What, dude, he's in trouble.
Right. Well, Motown Mitch says, I think it's possible that Bustin Fields has more wins at the end of the year than Caleb Williams. So, I don't know about that. The AFC East isn't real strong this year. The Patriots are going to be better, though. The Bills are going to win the division again and dominate it. The Fish are going to be middle of the pack.
I got a little picture for you.
Go ahead.
Justin Fields will have more wins than this guy.
That's Caleb.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I do, because think about it. He hit in his first 4 starts at Pittsburgh, even though he didn't hit his wide receivers, he used the screen passes really well, and he ran well, and had more wins in those 4 games than Aaron Rodgers had the Jets with a more talented roster.
Right.
My problem is, Jeremy, I got the Bears making the playoffs at 10 wins, and if that's the case, then the Bears aren't making the playoffs, so I must be wrong.
I don't have him making the playoffs.
So, Chad, before we let you go, your show's going a Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday on the Huddle Sports Network on Roku TV. Chad's hosting a new show called NFC North Open Mic. It's a little trash talking show. We'd like to make sure that some of you here in our comments with your bad opinions, we'll bring them to the trash talking show so we can rip you apart for them.
Don't make these people mean, Mike. Don't trash. Just you can be frisky, but be nice.
Well, what time is your show, Chad?
Well, I'm actually 5 Central, 6 Eastern.
Okay.
It's lame. We didn't even have a viewer last week, so we'd appreciate it if you'd come and join in.
Right on. So there you go. NFC North Open Mic on the Roku Huddle, the Huddle on Roku TV. Chad, thanks for being on the show. We'll see you next week, brother.
You too, brother.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Got just a couple of minutes here.
Yep.
I wanted to get your take on the flag football and Braylon Edwards saying the Lions should forbid their players from going to the Olympics to play flag football in 2028. What do you think of that?
Forbid is a strong word, but I do kind of agree, because we know that an ACL or MCL is a non-contact injury. And if one of those happen in the middle of summer, you lose a guy for the entire season.
Such a good take. And you think the Lions then would be prudent to forbid the players from doing it?
Or let them take a second or third string player. Don't send your best player. You get to choose. You get to choose and only one player from your team.
Yeah, but there's going to be so many first stringers around the league that are going to want to do this that there's going to be any room for anyone like that.
Right, but I'm saying don't even let the first stringers go. Send the backup.
Jeremy, when's the next time your show is going to be airing?
Every day, Monday through Friday at noon, I go live.
Right here on this network in the the Biting Kneecaps with Smoking Jeremy B, and on the Huddle Sports Network on Roku TV. You can catch Smoking Jeremy B doing his show every day at what time? Noon
and
Eastern.
Then, I'm a part of another show on Driving to the Top Productions at 9:00 on Tuesdays and also on Thursdays.
Cool.
Tuesday's like an open sports mic where we talk about all sports, whether mainstream or not. And then Thursday, it's the UFL show where we do a recap of the previous week and then make our guesses for the next week.
Right. Well, I'm running out of time.
Yep.
Jeremy, thanks for spending a couple minutes with us today.
Yeah,
always great to see you. And thanks for letting us go into your groups. It's greatly appreciated. All right. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Be sure to go over to the page, The Main Event. Give us a follow, like, and share our content. Hit some sort of emoji on there for us. Give us a like. That's how it works, in case you don't know. All the podcasters, we live and die off you clicking the like button. If you don't know how it works, Google it. But thanks, everyone, for watching. There won't be a main event next week. I'm going on vacation, taking my grandkids to Disney World. It's going to be the vacation of a lifetime, and I will miss you. Maybe I'll do a live off my phone or something from the beach. That'll be cool. But otherwise, I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm Main Event Mike saying God bless each and every one of you. Have a great Memorial Day and have a great week.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb from